basically what I'm doing on this next CD on Dear Heaven. It's personally for heaven, but I know my audience, my fans are gonna get it, either way. So I mean, while y'all listen to it, cause y'all gonna still hear it, even though it's not for y'all, but y'all know y'all gonna hear it. Basically, what I did with this CD, it's basically everything that I need to tell her, everything that she needs to know as a father from me to her. There's gonna be on that CD, down to shit that I was doing before I met her mom, shit that I did while I was with her mom before she was even pregnant. I want her to know what we went through as a couple before we even thought about having a baby. I mean, it just it's a lot to tell her, And as a father a single father, her parents not together, I feel like there's a lot that I need to tell her. And tomorrow's not promised. The day after that's not promised. Next month is not promised. Next year is not promised. So I feel like I need to tell her. 'Cause I don't know if I'm gonna make it to tell her what I need to tell her. But this CD is basically gonna, when she's 5, 6, 7 years old, and I'm always working. I'm gonna be there, but I'm just saying, there's gonna be times where she's gonna ask questions. She can sit down and listen to that CD and really know what Daddy had to say. How I deeply feel with my heart, in my heart, and how I feel and why I feel that way. A lot of people have kids and they don't got time. They always working, whatever, or whatever situation. Sometimes the father's not there, the mother's not there, or the parents are together but they always fighting or whatever. But heaven is, I'm gonna raise her as a totally different way. I want her to look at life in the most realest way. At a young age. I had to realize life at a young age, and it wasn't easy. Life ain't gonna be easy. No, nothing's gonna be easy, and that's what I want her to realize. But let me talk about the subjects that I'm gonna touch. Baby mama might get mad, but I'm just being real. I'm gonna touch topics about how I feel about her mom. I mean, even the good things I had with her mom. Gave my life. I'm basically talking about when I was locked up and how because when I was locked up before Heaven was born, I was still with her mom, and I still, at that moment, she was my girl, and of course, my girl was holding it down for me, and I was holding it down for her while I was in there too. So I mean, I don't want Heaven to think, oh, mom and dad are not together, mom and dad are not together, and that's all it was. No, we were together at a point. But now is now. What's done is done. I can't change that. But I want her to know how I felt even when I was with her mom. Before she was even born. I want her to know how I was back in the days when I was bad. When I was doing bad shit. When I was walking around the street with guns and shit like that. Just doing stupid shit, Because doing the stupid shit, now I look at it like I don't need to do this shit. There's niggas out here that are like 30 years old, barely doing shit that I was doing when I was 13 years old. But having my little girl come in my life changed me completely. And I want Heaven to know that Daddy used to, I'm sorry, but Daddy used to not be a good person. I used to be a devilish person. But now I'm with God. And that's what I want her to realize. And I don't know if y'all feel me on the CD, but I hope y'all do. Once again, Dear Heaven, it's the name of the CD. It's personally for Heaven, but like I said, either way, my audience, my fans are still gonna get the music, the CD, And I already have people wanting it, hearing the music, and liking it, and appreciate the love. You know what I'm saying? We're holding it down. Got Young Mike in the building, holding it down too. But appreciate the water.
Pure life.
Yeah. CD's gonna come out real soon. I just want y'all to know what I'm not doing the CD just to do it. I'm doing it for a really, really good cause. I was gonna come out with legalized dopey. Uh, I was gonna come out with that CD, and some of the people, I'm sorry, but I just felt like son of a motherfucking bitch. The computer turned off. I just feel like I just needed to touch a real topic. You know, instead of doing a typical mixtape of just rapping about H-Time, rapping about the shit niggas do in the streets, talking about drugs. That's too typical. You know, I wanted to do some real shit. So therefore, that's when I came out with Dear Heaven. Basically, it's a big letter to Heaven about how I want her to see life and how her dad feels. You know what I'm saying? And the things I don't know what people tell her about me. I don't know, and I'm not saying no names. I'm just saying. You know, I don't have my daughter with me 24/7, but the days that I do got her, I appreciate those days so much. You know, and I take those days as like my last days with her. You know. But check out the CD. It's coming out soon. You already heard some of them. Dear Heaven, Heaven Don't You Cry, Gave My Life, Nothing Lasts Forever, me and You Against the World. Many more to come. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be probably a 20-track CD. We're gonna, like I said, I'm gonna touch many topics on it, but just know like it's for Heaven. You know, it's basically the whole CD is just to her and her baby and my baby mama too, which is her mom. You know, much love though. But you know, shit happens, and the truth needs to be told. And I don't want my daughter to look at me wrong. You know, and I know a lot of people know I'm a good father, but you should be a good father. If you're a father, you should be a good father, and that's just straight up. You know. And and that's another thing. I hope this CD inspires fathers that are not fathers to be a father. You know what I'm saying? I hope this CD gets some dumbass nigga that's not being a father to open his eyes and realize that he needs to be there for his son, daughter, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be there for your kids, man. You gotta be there. It's gonna fuck with the kid's head. But appreciate all the love. Support Dopey fan page. Holding it down. I obviously know who I am. Jose, Dopey Flores. Call me Dopey. Dear Heaven coming out soon. This is basically the interview what I wanted y'all to know about the CD. I didn't just want to throw the CD out there and none of the people knew what it was about. I mean, it's kind of typical what the CD's about, Dear Heaven. But I wanted to touch the topic, literally touch the topic about it. I wanted to just let Heaven know everything about my life. And like people told me plenty of times that you're telling her too much. There's things that she don't need to know that you're telling her. No. Heaven's gonna know everything that I've been through, everything that I've gone through, bad, good, kind of bad, whatever. She's gonna know it. I want her to know it. You know, it's my blood. I raise her, and I'm gonna raise her the way I'm gonna raise her. And if she's not raised the right way, well, God has me in her life to change that. You know. So I'm gonna be here for my daughter. If y'all fathers out there are still not being fathers, may God be with you and your children. But this nigga right here is a dad, and I'm gonna stay a dad, and that's forever. Dear Heaven's coming out soon. Check the CD out. Add my daughter on Facebook. Heaven Flores. It goes down. Dear Heaven come out soon. Support Dopey fan page. What's good? H-Time.